Bradman has found his form at last. The score mounts rapidly with these two at the stumps, and here is Don's century.
The world of cricket has seen several good players and a few rare great players, but no one like Sir Donald Bradman of Australia. No one would argue that Sir Donald Bradman was the greatest batsman who ever walked the earth and the greatest cricketer of the 20th century.
If anything, I would be inclined to say there's more emphasis on taking wickets today than there used to be. Certainly anyway, at the start of an innings.
His impact can even be felt in the 21st century, as his contribution transcended the sport.
Oh, I've never started out to break any records. I've always tried to do the best I can for the team that I'm playing for.
He changed Australia's relationship with what used to be called the mother country. Bradman still holds the record for the best overall performance in both Shield and Test cricket.
That ball's well up to him and he pushes it away past mid-off for a comfortable 2. Bradman moves round those hungry Australian slip fieldsmen, and Lindwall in one of the finest spells of fast bowling seen in England since Larwood.
In Tests, he scored 6,996 runs and had an average of 99.94. He had an average of 110.19 in 96 Sheffield Shield games. Bradman still holds the record for most first-class centuries by an Australian, with 117, including 37 double centuries. Welcome to Cricket Insights, where we explore the fascinating world of cricket. On this channel, we bring you comprehensive information on players' entire careers, as well as intriguing facts and insights about the sport. Whether you're a seasoned fan or you are new to the game, you'll find captivating content, surprising trivia, and engaging stories here. Subscribe now to ensure that you don't miss any of the action. For today's episode, let's dive into how good was prime Sir Donald Bradman actually, but before we get to that, let's first go back to how it all began. Donald George Bradman was born in Cootamundra, New South Wales. Born to the family of George Bradman and Emily, née Watman, on August 27, 1908, Donald was the fifth and youngest child. After moving to Bowral in 1911, the Bradman family became involved in the activities of the local community. Surprisingly, one of the most popular activities in the district was cricket.
Play, the back defensive shot is made that way. Then you have your forward defensive shot.
Young Don Bradman began to show interest in the sport, but there was a bit of a challenge. Without someone to play cricket with him, he developed his own method of honing several skills by hitting a golf ball thrown against the tank stand at the rear of the Bradman house. Despite the challenges, he scored his first century for Bowral High School at 12.
Trying to hit a ball with a stump like this would seem about as hopeless as catching sharks with a safety pin.
At 17, he was the youngest member of the Bowral cricket squad when his running abilities surpassed club records. Soon, the young lad's feats came to the attention of larger cricket organizations. Bradman was soon hired as the scorer for his uncle's Bowral cricket team. One great moment that came for Bradman was when the 11th man failed to show up. Bradman, as a young scorer, was given a place on the team. He stayed 37, not out at number 10, and struck at that mark at the conclusion of the inning. The following Saturday, when the match was continued, he was instructed to open the batting. He remained untouchable once again, this time at 29. He joined the Bowral squad permanently in 1925 and played his first major innings against Wingello, a chap from their bowling ranks called Bill O'Reilly, 234. Against arch-rival Moss Vale, he scored 300 in the final of that local competition. That season, Bradman took 51 wickets at 7.8, scored 1318 runs at an average of 101.3, and held 26 catches. On December 16, 1927, Bradman, aka the Don, made his test match debut for Australia. Skeins, too, made his debut and batted at number 5. He scored 44 runs in the first inning. Bradman batted at number 7 and scored 118.
Don Bradman wins the toss for Australia, and Australia are going to bat. They're going to get first use of this good wicket.
The following match, Bradman reappeared and service was resumed. He became the youngest player to get a test century by hitting 112 in the second inning. Bradman kept surprising many both at test and domestic level, even though Australia lost the series to England. He was thus officially chosen for the trip back to England in 1930. Against the Ashes holders, Bradman opened his account on English grounds with a blazing 236 at Worcester. With his performances inspiring the Australians to a well-known triumph, this set the pattern for the whole trip. When Bradman was young, the high bounce of the ball on matting over concrete fields shaped his growth. To deal with the bounce, he liked horizontal bat shots like the hook, pull, and cut. He also came up with a special way to hold the bat handle that let him use these strokes without affecting his ability to defend. Bradman stood side-on at the wicket and did not move at all as the bowler ran in. Early critics didn't like how his backswing looked because it was crooked, but he refused to change. During the backswing, he kept his hands close to his body. This kept him upright, and he could change his stroke in the middle of the swing if he needed to. Sir Donald Bradman's prime years were marked by extraordinary achievements and record-breaking performances that have solidified his status as the greatest cricketer of all time. Here are the specific highlights from his illustrious career. 1930 Ashes series in England. Unprecedented performance. Bradman scored 974 runs in 5 tests, averaging 139.14. Individual scores. First test at Trent Bridge, scored 131 in the first innings. Second test at Lord's, scored 254. Third test at Headingley, scored 334, including 309 runs in a single day.
Enter Don Bradman, who got a great ovation. Then a special cheer on the field. Hollis bowling and Don playing perhaps his last test innings here.
Fifth test at the Oval, scored 232. Impact. His performance was instrumental in Australia regaining the Ashes, showcasing his dominance on the international stage. 1932-33, Bodyline Series adaptability. Despite England's controversial bodyline tactics aimed specifically at curbing Bradman's scoring, he managed to score 396 runs at an average of 56.57. Resilience. His ability to adapt and still perform under extreme pressure highlighted his mental toughness and skill. 1934, Tour of England. Consistency. Bradman scored 758 runs in the series at an average of 94.75. Highest partnerships. Fourth test at Headingley, part of a record 388-run partnership with Bill Ponsford, scoring 304. Fifth test at the Oval, part of a 451-run partnership with Bill Ponsford, scoring 244. 1936-37 Ashes series in Australia. Remarkable leadership. As captain, Bradman led Australia to a comeback victory from being 2-0 down to win the series 3-2. Historic innings. Third test at Melbourne, scored 270. Fourth test at Adelaide, scored 212. Fifth test at Melbourne, scored 169. 1936, Sheffield Shield season, record performance, scored 369 runs in a single innings for South Australia against Tasmania.
Often you get a big hand when you make a duck, but this was different.
Consistent excellence. Maintained an average of 110.19 in 96 Sheffield Shield matches. 1946-47 Ashes, series post-war return to form. After World War II, Bradman scored 680 runs at an average of 97.14 in the 1946-47 Ashes series. Impact. His performance helped Australia regain the Ashes once again. 1948, Invincibles tour leadership and performance. Bradman captained the 1948 Australian team, famously known as the Invincibles, on their unbeaten tour of England. Memorable innings. Fourth test at Leeds, scored 173, not out in a successful run chase of 404. Final innings at the Oval. Although he famously scored a duck, his career average remained 99.94. Personal achievements. Test records. Bradman scored 6,996 runs in just 52 tests, with 29 centuries and 13 half-centuries. First-class records. His first-class career included 28,067 runs at an average of 95.14, with 117 centuries, including 37 double centuries. High-scoring consistency. Bradman scored 2 triple centuries in Test cricket, including his highest score of 334.
Barnes, in the meantime, had been settling down comfortably as he faced Vos, who hadn't yet developed his full pace. And now, a great moment in any test match, the appearance of that master batsman, Don Bradman.
Sir Donald Bradman's prime years were characterized by record-breaking performances, remarkable consistency, and unparalleled dominance. His achievements, such as scoring 974 runs in the 1930 Ashes series, leading Australia to victory in the 1936-37 Ashes series, and captaining the Invincibles in 1948, remain unmatched in cricket history. Bradman's legacy continues to inspire cricketers and fans worldwide, making him synonymous with cricketing excellence. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our next cricket insights. See you in the next video. Bye for now.